Today we're going to make a very quick 10-minute linguine with clam sauce, linguine alla vongole. This is going to use canned clams. If you want to go through the trouble of using whole clams, there's a million recipes on how to do that. The idea of this is doing it quick. So, got a pot of well-salted water with only a drop of olive oil in it. I'm making 2 servings worth of the clam sauce, but I'm only going to make 1 serving's worth of pasta for tonight for my own dinner, and then I'll put the rest of the clam sauce in the fridge and have it at the end of the week again, because I love clam sauce. So we got to peel and chop the garlic and open up the clams while that water boils, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we've got the chopped garlic in this small saucepan, some olive oil. You don't have to be too shy with the garlic in this. I happen to like mine with a lot of garlic. I'm actually not using very much here. Kind of hard to use too much. Also, I have here some crushed pepper flakes. A lot of people like this at the end with the clam sauce. Totally optional. These are chopped clams. Happen to be Bumblebee brand, which I like. So we're going to use those in a second. I'm going to turn the fire on under that pot. Move all this stuff out of the way. Pretty much done with the oil. Do this over a low heat. We just want to saute that garlic a little bit. And again, the water is coming to a boil. I'm going to use these to cut the parsley. And again, this will be done by the time the pasta cooks. This is a really quick cooking thing. In the meantime, while the pasta cooks, you can make a nice salad to go along with this. I happen to love salad as a side dish, or whatever you prefer as a side dish. This garlic is just starting to bubble a little bit, which is what we want. Now, if you're really in a hurry, I'm not going to call the food police on you if you were to use some garlic powder. If you just wanted to do a quick weeknight, I don't have time, or I don't feel like getting too involved with cooking, but you want to have something good, I've done this with garlic powder. I've even, to my shame, done it with dried parsley when I didn't have any. So the idea of this is to make a quick 10-minute seafood pasta. And if you want to use a little bit of garlic powder, don't use garlic salt. I generally don't add salt to this because the clams, I know you can see that garlic is just starting to fry up a little bit. Before it gets any brown, you want to go right in with your clams and juice. This lid didn't want to cooperate. Okay. Get it in there. Let this come up to a simmer. And while it's doing that, you can just start cutting up some nice fresh parsley in there. And you can also chop it up. I'm just being lazy. It's one of the few recipes where the parsley really does matter. So I suggest try to do this only with fresh parsley. Now you can at this point add some salt here. I'm not going to because the water is salty and the pasta is going to be salty enough. So I'm going to take this out of the way. Turn the heat up under the sauce to pretty high. Remember, the clams are already cooked when they're canned, so you really only have to heat them through. You don't have to cook this long. I was almost ready for the pasta. Pasta takes about 8 minutes. So once that goes in, you have time to fix a nice quick salad or whatever you're doing on the side. Some steamed asparagus is always good. Instead of making us all sit here waiting for this, what you want to do is when this comes to a simmer, not to a boil, when it comes to a simmer, turn it off. It's done. You don't need to cook the clams. They'll get tough. It's getting there right now. I can see it starting to simmer a bit. There you go. For the sake of time, I'm not going to continue this. I'm going to get ready to put the pasta in, and so we'll do a little dissolve here. Okay, so this water is just about ready. It is ready, actually, to cook. Remember, it's not going to come to a rolling boil because it has had a little bit of oil sprayed on it. We have some lovely linguine right here, number 13. Put that in the pot. Some people would complain about breaking this, but unless you're making a lot of pasta, this is the easiest way to do it without it sticking together. I brought this up to a simmer, and now I've moved it over here to a very, very, very low burner. And I'm setting the timer now. It says 9 to 10 minutes on the package, so I'm going to start it at 8 minutes, and then we'll taste it. Make sure it doesn't get overdone. I know I said it was going to make 2 servings of the clam sauce and only 1 serving of pasta, but I'm going to eat it all because I'm a pig. I'm hungry tonight, so it's going to be a wonderfully delicious meal of white clam sauce and linguine. Okay, see that's boiling away there. Turn it down just a little bit so it doesn't overboil. My timer's running. 7 minutes, 15 seconds so to go. And we will let that go for a while and come back. So here we got a pasta perfectly cooked. It's going to keep cooking a little bit, so you want to take it off with a still al dente. Means through the tooth. It has a little texture to it. You don't want it mushy. But I went quickly in and out of the colander to get a little bit of that nice starchy water in there. Going in with these clams. And beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm going to get too much salt liquid in there, but that's looking just perfect. Now at this point, many people would add some crushed pepper flakes. I like these. I definitely want them at the moment, but at the moment I'm not allowed spicy foods because of the medical thing. So some red pepper flakes on this are superb. If you like it a little spicy, you don't have to have it. It's completely optional. And it's looking perfect, and I'm getting ready to eat.